Hey, welcome to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. This is the show where I talk about a lot of retro movies, comics, games, writing life, music, a bunch of other stuff, retro toys, whatever scratches the retro itch, and I really need to get that looked at some point. This week has been a weird one. I've worked some days, I've had a few days off with the kids because it's half term here in Nottingham, so we've been out to a bunch of cool places and get some good food, check out some good stuff, pick up a few things, and it looked like this. So I've been out with my wife and kids, and it's been a really good time to have some family time, some downtime where we've just enjoyed the stuff we enjoy. What's not pictured there was the amount of video games that's been played lately, so that's been entertaining as well. Did have a few pickups, but before I get to those pickups, I will mention this. I got it right. I got it right side first time. vhsatemybrain 2 is very much underway. I've had to move the date slightly. This did previously say March 10th, 2024, but it's still going to come out in March, but it may be later in the month. I don't have a date for it. This is because for most of January I was ill with this eternal bug that people have been getting, and that just never seems to go away. It kind of goes away and then comes back in waves, and everything's dreadful all the time, forever. So I've been dealing with that, and work's been busy, so it's going to be pushed back a little bit, not by much. It'll still be out in March, so that is there to look forward to. So onto the pickups, just no tapes this week. It's apart from one thing, it's all print media. So I got a new Exodus patch for my battle jacket. I'm updating my battle jacket, so I may be wearing that on stage in April, a gig I'll be playing, so that's exciting. I couldn't turn this down. I have friends sitting in a charity shop, a Choose Your Own Adventure book, The Abominable Snowman, Choose Your Own Adventure 1. I loved Choose Your Own Adventure books as a kid. This is one of the later editions, but these are so fun. They remain fun. 28 endings, they're still great fun, as are Fighting Fantasy books. They're still a ton of fun as well. At the comic store, one thing I picked up was the current issue of Spider-Gwen, Smash, which is fun. I do like the art style in it. Not a massive fan of Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, or that entire alternate version of loads of characters, but that one caught my eye, and it was a really good read, really good fun. I got Telly on Toast, a book all about the crazy life of a breakfast television producer. I grew up in the 90s, that was when I really came of age, in the 90s, and so I was treated to things like The Big Breakfast, so I'm going to soak up that looks a lot of fun. I'm reading a ton lately, and I'm greatly enjoying it. So we all need a little downtime from the internet now and again, I think. And I picked up on our travels this week all of the Marvels, which I couldn't find online. I couldn't find it on Amazon or anything, so I went to Waterstones and picked that up. And it's an amazing voyage into Marvel's universe and 27,000 superhero comics. So it goes through some like key issues, and as well as the key issues that people talk about a lot, it goes through a lot of just really cool issues that are worth reading. And that's always nice because with comics you always hear about the big stories, but you don't really hear about the other stuff that is also of really high quality and worth your time as well. So that was a good time. I've enjoyed those. Also got a Cramps t-shirt. It's Human Fly. I love the Cramps. Good fun. Just realised there weren't many band shirts left in my wardrobe. and a lot of the band shirts I do have are for bands where I know the bands personally, so it's like I need to branch out a bit, and I love the Cramps. That's from Damage Society here in Nottingham. I love that place, the staff are so nice there. So I have been watching some movies, so let's show you what I've been revisiting. So I've been watching a lot of movies online on Prime and stuff like that, but I have also found a gold mine over on YouTube, which I've been enjoying a lot recently, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I've revisited 3 tapes this past week, and those have been Necropolis. Love Necropolis, with all the reused music, shoddy special effects, and slightly dodgy acting. I love this. Also like the sequel over on the Full Moon app, Legion, which was really cool. The Edge of Hell, the ridiculous metal movie with Thor, the musician, not the Norse god, in it, and it's just marvellous. Absolutely glorious thing to revisit. And with me being, as ever, on a bit of a full moon kick, I've revisited Bloodstone Subspecies 2. Not the best in the series by my accounts, but I do enjoy it greatly. And I love Radu as a character. I think Radu is one of the finest vampire characters ever put on screen. So yeah, Bloodstone Subspecies 2, well worth it. I think I wanted to revisit the Subspecies movies because I've been seeing about the release of the Subspecies Coffin over on Full Moon. I can't afford to get that over into the UK. You know, it's one thing getting the item, but the shipping over to the UK is insane. From America at the moment, and it's really put me off getting stuff from a lot of places recently, in terms of merch and stuff like that. It's like the merch is not expensive, but you get to the shipping and it's like I know I need to eat at some point this month as well, so that's a shame. Anyway, so without further ado, let's go and check out what's been going on over on eBay with X-Rental VHS Horror. I'm going to sort this by lowest price in P&P because we all like a bargain. I don't know what the Forsaken is. That's a good start, isn't it? It's Frequency, Run, Mimic. I keep seeing so many copies of Mimic around. Rabid, or Rabid, depending where you are. I have a copy of that I've not been able to sell ever. And it was on my eBay page, like, it must have been 15 times it went up, and it just never went, so I just gave up. It's gone back on the shelf. Evil Ed, not seen that one around for a while. Oh, okay, this is one of those sellers that's got some good stuff. These are all from the same one, so let's open up their page and see what they've got going on there. Again, Evil Ed, Stranger Walks, Critters, great movie. It's not grabbing me, but what I'm noticing here is these are good prices. They are not taking the mickey with the prices. There's Waxwork there. Just rewatched that as well on a streaming service. Which one was it? It was on Plex that I rewatched Waxwork. There was a reason for that, but that was well worth revisiting. I'd forgotten how insane Waxwork is. It's from that era of so it's like late 80s. I think it's 88, and it's the era after Freddy and Jason and Michael had sort of their peak. We'd had the peak with Elm Street 3 in 87 and so on, and people start to get weird with their horror movies. And like 88 to 90, some insane things came out. You know, like Society, for example, on From Beyond. I think that was like 88 or so, wasn't it? Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I should know that. But yeah, Waxwork is a very strange, very silly movie, but definitely worth your time if you've not watched it in a few years. Okay, Runestone. I got Runestone, another tape for like £5 recently. Arcade, love Arcade. There's an episode of the Full Moon podcast come out which is all about Arcade, and I can't bring myself to listen to it because I really love Arcade, and I know they're going to rip it to bits. It even says it in the it's like kind of lackluster in the description for that, so I think I'm going to give that episode a miss. There's some cool things around. Stage Fright, £12 for Stage Fright, it's not bad. I had that edition. Inseminoid, I've seen that one on here before. It looks to me, I'm noticing here that there are a lot of tapes that I've seen on previous episodes of Planet Hex where they have evidently not sold. So it's interesting to see that a lot of these haven't sold. God, Curse the Puppet Master, $16.99 on VHS. Free postage, that takes like £4 off, so that makes it like $12.99. Maybe it was like, if it was less than that, I could be tempted. I used to have that edition. Again, not the best in the series, but worth a look. Metamorphosis, the comic, Screamers. That was fun. I understand that being a bit more, you know, 'cause it's got Peter Weller in it and was decent. It was decent, Screamers. Prison, that's an Empire movie from the back end of the Empire days, if I remember rightly. The Breeders, I think it was a British horror movie that. I remember having Samantha Jameson, who was in sitcoms here in the UK, and she was also an entry into Eurovision one year. Carnosaur. Amityville Dollhouse. Some of these are getting a bit more expensive. There's the Imp there, otherwise known as Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama. Would prefer the original title and cover on that. Yeah, some of these are getting a bit expensive again. It's fluctuating again. It's going all over the place, these the prices lately, and it's to be expected. Especially, you know, we're in recession now, so people are going to want to try and get a little bit more out of what they are selling. Oh, Demon Warp Box. I think I've seen that one on here before. I just want to have another look at that. So I can imagine people selling stuff off now. So don't want to say like to take advantage of other collectors or other enthusiasts, but it may be a good time to keep an eye out on VHS stuff going up on eBay, because you may find a lot of stuff you don't expect to see. There may be some stuff there that you've not seen in many years, and it's just going to be an interesting time to see what happens with the collector's market. It may push prices down, it may even push them up. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on what's going on out there. But these are getting kind of high priced, these. Let's go and have a look at these ones I've got open here. So we've got this Evil Ed one open. I was going to go and look at the seller's other items. 13 results. Let's see what we've got there. So there's Stranger Walks and Critters, Freaky Fairy Tales, Evil Ed. There's the Oracle. I want you to see that about. I don't think I ever had it, but that's always a fun cover to see. Ghoulies. There's a Ghoulies X rental there, and £5 is a great price for that, but that is a cut box, and that has been cut to heck. Let's go and have a look at that and see the state it's in. TV version of The Shining, and then it's other stuff. So let's see what we've got open with these. So that is a really, I love the Ghoulies cover, but that has been, it's either been trimmed, yeah, it's been trimmed at the, oh, you can't see there. Let me zoom in here. You can see on the side of the cover there, the EV logo has been chopped, so that's supposed to say entertainment in video. So that is a cut cover. I would not get that if you want a decent copy of it. However, it appears to be that the back cover is a full size, so that looks like the front cover is just damaged and has been cut down for some reason. There may be tears or water damage or something on it, I don't know, but that's a bit better. I mean, I did get that TerraVision tape a while ago with a big hole in the back of the cover, but still, do be aware, if you want something in a pristine condition, do make sure you look at all the photos, and be wary of sellers that don't have a load of photos, because, you know, not that they're trying to hide stuff, but it's nice to see what you are buying. So that Demon Warp, I just love the cover art on that. It's like one of the it's like a Sean Hudson style paperback that you get from a market back in the early 90s, that sort of thing, and I just love the look of it. One day, my pretty, one day. So it appears to be that X Rental Horror over on eBay is fluctuating again, and going all over the place price wise. I've seen a lot of the same tapes come up, so it may be that things just aren't selling. Let's have a look at the just general VHS for a moment here. So we've got the Cell comes up. Is that a spare sleeve? That's a sleeve only. Those sleeves. First tape we get is Roadhouse 66. Spanish Prisoner, Death Wish 5, Blood and Wine, Bicentennial Man, it's better than you would expect. Stargate in widescreen, very fun movie. So it does appear to be, as usual, the very lowest prices ones are stuff that you really wouldn't want to jump at, and especially for like an ex-rental fan or a horror collector or anything like that, you're going to still have to pay a solid amount to get the stuff that you want. Let's have a look at eBay. I'm going to tell you about something I'm going to start doing on my Tape Talk videos like this, is a find of the week. Whatever I've found on online that I'm particularly excited about, so this week it's going to be over on the Internet Archive. I found a copy of Blood Lake, the 1987 shot on video movie, which is just, it's a sight to behold. It's quite a sight to behold. Yeah, it's SOV, so it has been shot on videotape rather than film. The performances are a little bit amateurish, but it's one of those that you kind of have to see. Some of the violence is crazy in it, and it's got a lot going for it in terms of what appeals to fans of SOV horror movies. So if you've seen any, you know what I mean. The production values are low, but it has a certain atmosphere and weird ambience that can only be duplicated by SOV horror movies. They are quite a unique thing. So that's my find of the week, Blood Lake. It's a VHS rip of it. I found it in a playlist called Cassette Archive. And the playlist is insane. There are loads of rips of old movies on here, and free to watch over on the Internet Archive. So if you're ever stuck for something to watch, pop over there. It's why not? It's free, and we like free at the moment because of everything going on in the world. So the other thing I've been enjoying a lot recently that I will mention just as a heads up, over on the Full Moon Features YouTube channel, there is a playlist here, 68 videos on it, which is Full Moon have posted full free movies. So I've watched a bunch of these, seen a lot of them through the Full Moon app or on tape or on DVD as well, but there's some really interesting stuff here that you may not be aware of, and some of them, like Ragdoll and Tales from the Grave that you see here, have been revised, and I don't know if they've been fully remastered, but they have been cleaned up a bit. So there's a ton of stuff on here that appeals. As Trances 6, I enjoy Trances 6. So, you know, I like Full Moon movies. I like things that with low budgets. They're fun. I find them really entertaining. There's the Oblivion movies, Talisman, Petrified. It Knows You're Alone. It Knows You're Alone is surprisingly artistic for a Full Moon movie. It's quite dreamy and weird. Well worth a look. Tomb of Terror. There's also got some of their Moonbeam movies, so the family ones like Shandar and Tiny Kingdom and Spooky Town and things like that. There's some stuff that will be suitable to have on around the kids. There's also Shrunken Heads, which is awesome, and somewhere they moved more into doing things like the Asylum, like there's Mega Scorpion there, but that's paid off for them recently because they did Bad CGI Gator, which has been getting some good press lately. There's Ginger Dead Man there. If you've not seen Ginger Dead Man, you're in for a treat. Oh my word. There's also Subspecies 4 Bloodstorm, which I really enjoyed. There's a review of that elsewhere on my channel. So there's a lot to enjoy there. So just to be aware of, do go and check it out. Go and subscribe to the Full Moon Features one. There's 68 movies there that are free to watch, and they are complete. So I do wholeheartedly recommend that. And that concludes this week's episode of Planet Hex. I am Andrew Horn. I am the author of a book called VHS Ate My Brain, the revised edition of which is out now, and the sequel, VHS Ate My Brain 2, The Revenge, is coming out in March. Sorry, it's not more, I can't give you a date now because I was ill throughout January and that kind of got in the way of everything. But thank you very much for watching this. Please do like and subscribe if you like this sort of thing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching.